Uh, so hello again. This is my second video that I'm recording. First video talked about sampling strategy and probability sampling. So I'll talk about non-probability sampling now. Let me share my screen with you, please. Uh, uh, I'll click on the second lecture, that is on so I've completed sample strategy. I've completed probability sampling. Now I'll talk about non-probability sampling. Okay, so now we're talking about non-probability sampling. So as the name suggests, in non-probability sampling, every member in the population doesn't have equal chance of being selected, right? So there's a certain group of respondents by virtue of any dynamics that you're studying that you focus only them for your respondents of study. For instance, you're studying Black American population. So knowing that the entire American population consists of the natives, consists of Chinese Americans, it consists of Asian Americans, it consists of Black Americans, it consists of many other ethnicities. However, if your study is only on white or so, only on Black Americans, so Black Americans would be the sample frame for the population. None other would be looked into. So this is non-probability sampling. Correct? So let's move on. And this quota sampling. Quota sampling is a sampling, non-probability sampling, where you have defined who you are going to sample. So the quota is set for Black people only, and from that we go about doing the sampling. How we do? Let's go about it. Okay, we need to wait a little so the settle down. If it does. I've uploaded a lecture, a Zoom lecture prior to this. Before I like having this session open for Zoom, my second lecture, I was struggling to upload it. I didn't upload it. Like the message that the file is too big. Mostly to my record, Zoom recordings like they start and finish in cycles, and every cycle is for 40 minutes. This is when I was teaching for COVID. during like when COVID finished, there was no any use of online media for interaction. But the medium that I used still for meetings with the supervisor and examiners, so it was WebEx. I mean, it was for a long time. I logged in Zoom for you all to record the lecture. So when I started the meeting, it just went on and on and on. I also did not stop the lecture. So in fact, I had to pause it after an hour and 7 minutes. सेव तो हो गया रिकॉर्ड तो हो गया लेकिन अपलोड नहीं कर क्या था हम उसको सॉल्व करते हैं कि लेट्स सी कि अभी तो क्या है हाउ इज दिस Data sampling again has elements in the sample where all members are homogeneous, all black population, and this is from where you want to collect your information, your data. Okay, so next, non-probability sampling is purposive sampling. So as the name suggests, it comes from the word purpose. We have a purpose to select certain people. So continuing with the example, your research focus is studying, for instance, the buying behavior of Black American population. So your quota is studying Black people only, and it's a homogeneous sample. Within them, let us suppose you're studying women only. So purposely, you are going to reach out to women because, as per your judgment, they serve the research objective for the study, so they should be reached out. Okay, the next sampling type I'm going to talk about is the non-probability is convenient sampling. Convenient sampling, as the name suggests, comes from the word convenience. So when you have time constraint, you have money constraint, it's difficult for you to reach out to people. So whosoever is close to you, within the defined constraints of the sample, you select people from there. This is convenient sampling. कि आपने ब्लैक पॉपुलेशन ली, आपने उस वुमेन को स्टडी किया, लेकिन वो वुमेन जो आप जिनको इजीली रसाई कर सकते हैं, आपने उनको रीच आउट किया टू कलेक्ट डाटा. दिस इज द मेजर सैम्पल. It's interesting. I mean, another non-probability sampling is self-selection, where you would advertise or you would promote the reason why you're doing the study, and people who volunteer to be a part of it, they become a part of it. Self-selection. Okay, so the next sampling approach we're talking about for the non-probability snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is mostly used within the marketing realms. Let me share an example with you. I use snowball sampling for my data collection. My study was multi-stage sampling, where I first used cluster sampling, then I used, first I used progressive sampling, then I used cluster sampling, and then I used snowball sampling. So talking about snowball sampling, I did not have an exhaustive list of women who are buying, for instance, fast fashion. There was no sampling framework system, right? So yet I wanted a pool or a sample of buyers who are relevant to my study and all those who are buying fast fashion. So I initially looked around my own contacts. For instance, मुझे पता है कि फरिया wears fast fashion, right? When my study was based on working women from Karachi and Lahore. So Faria from Karachi as a working woman wears fast fashion. Alia from Lahore, friend of mine wears fast fashion, and Tanveena from Lahore wears fast fashion. ठीक है, सही है. Jessica from Karachi wears fast fashion. तो बस चार खबर हैं, चार फेमस हैं. तो मैंने इनसे बोला कि आप मुझे 10 खवातीन ईच ला के दें, उनसे आप ये सर्वे भरवा दें. फिर उन 10 में से जो आपको लगे कि मुझे इन्हीं की तरह के और लोग मिल सकते हैं, ठीक है, जिनके सिमिलर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं, वर्किंग वुमेन हम कराची लाहौर से जो फास्ट फैशन जो है वो यूज करती हैं, ठीक है, सिर्फ उन्हीं का मैं आपको सर्वे देना है. तो इस वजह से टिल माई सैम्पल साइज इज मुझे अगर 200 रिस्पॉन्डेंट्स चाहिए, जब तक 200 नहीं होते बस मैं बॉलिंग करती रहती हूँ. इस वक्त होता है हमारे पास कंप्लीट लिस्ट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्डेंट्स मिलते, तो हम अपने कॉन्टैक्ट यूज करके रीच आउट करते हैं. ठीक है, सही. All right, class. So we finished non-probability sampling. Let's me uh, put this on a recording. Yeah. Uh,